Hey everybody, I am on for the midweek message reveal Wednesday, August 23rd. Welcome to Virgo season. Also, welcome to another planet in retrograde, Mercury. And Mercury is going retrograde in Virgo, which is an interesting sort of vibe. Since Virgo is an earth sign that is very meticulous, it loves to be in flow. It wants to organize things for the optimal path, right? So with Mercury being the communication planet, and what it wants to do is make sure that it is heard correctly when things go into retrograde, it gives us a chance to kind of reevaluate and see where things are. So what it's asking of you at this time, for those of you who are experiencing some little snafus here and there with technology, some delays, and things just kind of slowing down in order for you to have a chance to reevaluate their use, their utility, maybe the patterns or behaviors in which these things appear or show up in your life or in your reality. And it's giving you an opportunity to kind of reevaluate. So Virgo in that aspect is going to want to make changes in order for it to be the most efficient, the most rational, but also it's the most healing capacity, because Virgo is the sign of the healer. So ultimately it's what is for your highest good on your highest path and is also super efficient. Those things are going to be kind of coming up here. And Mercury joins us as the fifth planet. So we have, let's see, Saturn, Pluto, Neptune, Venus, and now Mercury, all in retrograde. So this is causing some things to just feel a bit foggy, but that fogginess is not something that is going to hang around unless you're really paying attention to it. So try and stay in a space where you can give yourself some grace, where you can give yourself an opportunity to just accept what's happening and stay as much in the moment as possible. And you're going to really want to work on grounding. So making sure that you're having some routines that are keeping you connected to the body, so you're not too much up in your head, and that you're allowing yourself to have some daily rest and review. Okay, so that's going to be important. Okay, so I'm just going to jump into the cards here. Now, all of this is kind of coming around what we can do at this time and what this energy is feeling and what it can kind of afford you if you're to focus on it. And remember, take what resonates, drop what doesn't, and we're always looking for what is on your highest path, right? So what's like the optimal situation we could get into. All right, so if you chose one, your card is Time Traveler. Love this deck, super retro and a little bit wacky. All right, so what you might be experiencing, one is you might be experiencing moments where you're feeling out of time. You might also be experiencing a desire to kind of either deal with things that come from the past or are looking to the future. You're kind of not necessarily in the present moment. Now, being in the present moment is where you're going to be able to enact change, but that doesn't mean that you can't look to the past to reevaluate, like retrograde is asking you to do, or look a little bit to the future to plan and see how you want things to change from where they currently are. It's going to require you to really utilize your intuitions. See the eyes here for the third eye chakra. Okay, so I'm getting some pressure that's happening here in the ears and the side of the face, and to me that's kind of just that there's a lot of mental energy that's happening here. You might be ruminating a lot. You might be really thinking about different time periods, and that's okay, because it's requiring you to bring into your experience a true opportunity to reframe how you've been perceiving things. Now, you might be feeling really tied to, a circumstance or a person or a happening that you're ready to let go of now. Or you might be seeing something in the future that you're wanting to plan for, and now is the optimal time for you to start having that conversation and thinking about what it is you want to make moves on, and when the right time for that would be. So it's understandable that you're up in your mind, but the way that you're going to get through this and actually have the clarity that you're seeking, and you can see that the figure here is not facing towards us, facing away. So there's an opportunity to kind of come out of the physical body and seek clarity from your guides, from your higher self, your inner being as well. And that is going to require you to take that time that I was mentioning previously for rest and review. So where can you have some opportunities throughout the day where you can kind of sit and just, even if it's staring off into space with a notepad in your pocket or in your in your lap, where you can jot down some notes, where you can, maybe go through some rituals even around, maybe allowing yourself some time to meditate, or even to take, a contemplative cup of coffee and get yourself settled back into the body so you can make a better decision moving forward. All right, my face is itching as well, so that feels like a yes. All right, 2, if your card is 2, your card is Daydreaming Love. Ooh, fancy. Really drawn to the crystals that are the mountains. So there's going to be some clarity that's coming through here that is actually connected to sound. So you might be actually experiencing some clairaudience, or even getting a song or a phrase stuck in your head. You might be waking up with this. This is just something a little added onto here. That's kind of connecting you either to an emotional moment, might be connecting you to a feeling or a person. And this sort of syrupy, sweet kind of energy is one that you can really kind of soak in at this time here too. Now, the lily pads that are leading to this beautiful space, and all of the colors of the rainbow, bringing in all of the aspects of the chakra system, right, is really showcasing that there is something at the end of this, and you're in a transitional stage. So the daydreaming, which seems similar to what's happening in the time traveler card in 1, is a bit different here, because you're actually drawing in and romanticizing and creating and putting out feelers for something really juicy to happen, for the desires that you've been having. You're really wanting to see that crystallize into your reality, and the energy is right for that. So where can you spend some time brainstorming and allowing yourself to kind of flush that out? Is there any action that you can take in order to bring it from a daydreaming aspect into something that you might be able to have action upon, where you could make a step forward in reaching out and maybe putting yourself out there and being a little bit more vulnerable? And this vulnerability is going to be the thing that's going to draw others to you, because you are very much being seen at the moment. You're also being heard as well. So Mercury retrograde, as far as with the communication aspect, it's going to really help you find your voice through needing to clarify the way that you communicate. And the daydreaming and love is not just necessarily in a romantic sense or in a partnership way, but it's also the love and the relationship that you're having with yourself, and that time that you're taking to spend more time on self-care, to give yourself a break and provide yourself a little bit more grace and space. So this is a good job on that, because now it's allowing you to be more fertile ground for a creative space to bring into your reality the type of love relationship that you're looking for, whether that is a deepening of yourself, maybe it's a love of career, or a love of another person, or even an animal or a child. Okay, so keep the doors open. All right, 3. If you chose 3, your card is Venus Undone. Now this card's a little different. Okay, so we have this female figure with a bunch of flowers that's sitting on what I believe to be, a representation of Venus itself. Now, Venus is currently in retrograde in Leo, and Leo is the planet that is responsible for family and for play, the inner child, right? There's a desire for empowerment and bold, shiny energy that's coming through. And Venus, being the planet of love, is wanting to make all of those things as sensual and glitzy and happy as possible, right? But in retrograde, it's going to require us to kind of stop and review and say, okay, how does this make me feel about the self? How am I showing up? How am I representing myself best? And is this in alignment with what I feel about myself and what I want to put out there for other people? So you could be in a space 3 where you're kind of reevaluating things. You're learning a bit more about what you want, and about what you want in relationships, and also about what you want to receive from others and what you want to receive in the sense of love and relationships. Because all of this stuff is changeable. It's something that you can really manipulate at this time. And I say manipulate in the positive way, not in a shady way. you really have the clay in your hands to change how you feel about relationships. And you might be focusing more on the relationship that you have with you, which is similar to what's going on with 2. So it's shifting from the big us to the hope for something with someone else or an opportunity to the how do you feel about the self and the love of the self. So it's almost for those of you, I know some people chose multiple cards this week. I'm curious, and please let me know in the comments below how that kind of lined up. But this is an opportunity for you to come back to the self and know that you are the one that needs to be satisfied and satiated by yourself, with yourself, before you can really move into a space where you can share that with someone else. And you've learned that lesson. So this is not something that needs to be learned again. It's more of a reinstating that you are allowed to take up space. You are worthy just as you are, and you don't have to prove yourself to anybody. But you do deserve your own time and attention, and that's something that seems across the cards everybody needs, is to have, if you need permission right now to take some time for yourself, here's your permission. You can use me. Okay. All right. So thank you so much. Those are the messages for this week. Would love to work with you. So please check my link for private sessions and readings, and we can delve a bit deeper on whatever it is that you're looking to work on or looking to get more clarity on. And know that I am thinking of you, and we'll see you next week. So have an awesome one. Peace.